All right, everyone, this is Tim of the Online Big Blue. We'll bring you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Sitting in the basement again, hiding away. Only 28 more days, hopefully, till the house is completed. Can't get here soon enough. And I mean, it cannot get here soon enough. But you know what? We got Giants football stuff to talk about. What are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about what's going on with training camp, what's some of the highlights of what they're referring to this as one of the most competitive days of practice. Shane Lemieux, of course, was carted off the field on Thursday. Worst case scenario now looks like it's been avoided. Of course, Joe Judge, we did a video about it. It's good. It's good. He said, my message to him is always, when the trainer says you're 100% to go healthy, you're ready to go on the field, then you go back to the field. Good with that. Fine with that. Appreciate that. We're going to move forward now. Because you know what? Like I said, we lost Jonathan Ogden. I see some of the stupidest shit on the internet. This is why I also don't watch other Giant YouTubers and stuff, because it's like, I don't even want to get into it. But they were saying today was one of the most competitive days in practice. We had some competitive 11-on-11 workouts late in the day, which is good because you want to get into the 11-on-11 drills. The defense is still ahead of the offense most of the day. There were 2 interceptions that Logan Ryan picked off for Daniel Jones. One was on a ball thrown over the head of Evan Ingram. Williams, the rookie, had a interception as well. So, that was good. But in this time in camp, a lot of times, the defense is always ahead of the offense. It's just the way it is. The offense will get their reps in. They'll figure it out. And people will overestimate this and say, Daniel Jones is going to be okay because he's going up against an awesome defense. It doesn't work that way, guys. I wish people actually physically understood how training camp really worked. I mentioned this many times. I was worked 4 NFL training camps, 3 AFL training camps. It's not like you think. It's not like they're going full defense. It's not like it was back in the day when you were going 2 to 3 a days, full pads, full contact. It's not the same. People just got to stop getting overexcited about everything. And I love it because, like I said, one subscriber said it best. Everyone's overhyping the obvious. And that's a great way to look at it. One thing that they did say, their decent view of the workout, was the work done by second-year tackle Andrew Thomas. He appeared to have a good day. He stoned the rookie Ojulari on back-to-back reps. He stopped Carter Coughlin on one rush and also nicely handled inside spin. So you know what? That's good. That's good to see. That's good to see that Andrew Thomas is making the progression. Because you know what? After what he had last year, it's going to be good to see him step forward on the field. I do think some of his issues were injury related. I really do. And like I said, if you watched the film from him in Georgia and you watched him in the pros, yeah, even his coach pointed out that his technique was off, but he seemed to be a second or 2 slow stepping off the ball. And that's not what you want. And it was pretty obvious in the Philadelphia game. I think it was the second Philadelphia game. And it was obvious also early in the season, and then towards the later half of the season, after he kind of had that, he went down. Of course, he had a bad first 7-8 weeks. He kind of hit the valley, and then he went up. And I'm not going to say he hit the peak, but he went back up again, and then he kind of came back down to earth again. I think he's going to be more consistent this year than last year. I think a full, and people are going to say, oh, it's the COVID. Everyone else had to deal with COVID too. All the other rookies had to deal with COVID. All the other rookies had to deal with coaches, and some of them were new coaches. We can't just make excuses for players. He had a bad season. He had a bad rookie year. It happens. Sometimes you have a bad rookie year, then you have a great sophomore season. That's what we got to hope for. But he needs to be the stand-up linchpin of the line. He does, 100%. He needs to be the strength. We got someone calling in here. This isn't a call-in show today. We'll have to see who that was, but this isn't a call-in show. The biggest problem is I have have everything running through the soundboard. So if we ever do have a call-in guest, it'll be a good call-in guest. But like I said, he needs to be the linchpin of the line. He needs to be the standout of the line. He has to be the anchor. And even with either Shane Lemieux or Will Hernandez. He's got to be that guy. I know a lot of people are going to say that Nick Gates needs to be the guy because he's going to be the center. He's going to be responsible for the line shifts and everything else. But to me, Andrew Thomas was drafted to be the franchise left tackle. And that's what you hope he's going to be. And I think he can be that. I really do. But like I said, he just needs to progress. He just needs to show that A, he's healthy, B, that he has the ability to handle the outside rush. Because while he looked porous at times on the inside rush, it was the outside speed rushers that gave him so much trouble. So much. They tried to put, especially early in the season, they tried him one-on-one with some rushers, and he just got beat like he stole something. There was even times that they tried to bring over the tight end or the running back, and they still got beat. So I'm not putting that all as the reason why Daniel Jones had a poor season. Daniel Jones had a poor season because of the fact that he couldn't read defenses. And I wanted to, what's funny? I wanted to talk about something with Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner did a great interview the other day on the NFL Network. And Kurt Warner came out and even said, the jury is still out on Daniel Jones. He says he will make plays that look fantastic. He'll make them look awesome. Then he will make plays that are head scratchers. He will make plays that you look at him and say, why did he do that? A first-year quarterback should not make these mistakes. And I think that was pretty much a good way to sum up Daniel Jones. And that was from Kurt Warner, the venerable Kurt Warner. So I mean, I think that'll be interesting to see. It was interesting to see evidently that Kenny Wiggins, who spent most of last season on the Giants practice squad, he's a veteran. He filled in at the guard position for Lemieux. Wide receiver Austin Mack, who's completing for one of the final spots at the position, left practice early with an apparent hamstring injury. Saquon, of course, still on the PUP. He's continuing to work himself back from that torn ACL. He was on the sideline with a group of players working with trainers. That group included Tony and Smith. That's not a good start for the two rookies to be on the sidelines and not focusing on the field. So we got to monitor. It's still way early, so we're not going to get overly upset about them being on the sideline, but they got to get on the field soon. Because you know what? The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking for these guys because now Tony's not going anywhere. Smith, if anything, will probably end up on the practice squad. But for these rest of the guys, they're giving them opportunities to go out onto the field, other players, and steal their reps. I watched it firsthand in one of Tampa's camps, a veteran, and I'm not going to mention names because it was kind of a bad situation, a veteran who actually started losing snaps in training camp. He started losing snaps to a rookie. And it was more due to his attitude than anything else. The next thing you knew, he was off the team. They cut the veteran, went with the rookie, and it didn't work out well. The veteran went on to have to continue his career. The rookie was released like 7-8 weeks later. So you really don't know, but you really got to get on the field, especially as a rookie. You got to get your snaps in, and you got to move forward. The Giants are going to be kind of traveling on Saturday. They're going to practice in Newark. They're going to practice in the East Side High School football team's new stadium. Stadium is reopening after it closed in 1887. The practice is not open to the public, but attendees will include high school football teams from Newark and surrounding communities, plus nearby Pop Warner and other youth. So, you know what? It's a good day to get the Giants going. We're moving forward. Everything's looking good. Relax about the Shane Lemieux thing. We're gonna do it well. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna see how this season starts. But let's get into that first training. Let's get into that first preseason game. Oh, I forgot another offensive highlight was a touchdown catch by C.J. Board over a nicely thrown fade pattern by Mike Glennon. Hopefully we don't see that during the season. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could if you can subscribe, ring that bell, that means that